restaurants in Orange County, that everything was hotel dining and haute cuisine and rich old white people. And they finally, after diligent looking, found a place in San Juan Capistrano that served tacos.
That's really sad.
And there were these brightly colored drinks that were served in what they called tureens. And they came like just one step from these amusing sandwiches made on this flat bread made of corn. And there's still that impression, obviously, in the outside world that Orange County is not a place that's almost as diverse and as vibrant as Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's pretty silly, because last year in the Great Food Truck Race 2, the winning truck, the Lime Truck, they were from Orange County. Then the two guys, one of them is starting up it's not going to be called Lime Truck, but it's going to be a Lime Truck-esque restaurant in Westwood. And then the other guy, Jason Quinn, he started a restaurant called Playground. In fact, he first became famous because he ripped off Sang's hamburger. We ate it, and here's the sad part. Here's the sad part. In Orange County, very few people, if anyone, knows what Father's Office is. So when he had his hamburger, and I love Jason Quinn, I think he's a very talented chef, but when he started his hamburger, everyone assumed it was his own creation. It was actually my girlfriend, Delilah, a friend of Evan's, and actually most of us here on the panel, she's the one who noticed it. And so sort of through back channels, we told Jason, hey Jason, where did you get that idea from? He's like, yeah, I got it from Father's Office. Which is sad. Here we have one of the preeminent chefs in Orange County, original in his own way, but he can't help but to crib what's going on from the masters up in Los Angeles, which is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Sorry, Matt.
So I'm really curious to ask Sang, this whole hole-in-the-wall phenomenon, which these two guys sitting on opposite sides of me have been such staunch purveyors of for more than a decade. How does that allow you to go out and do things that the audience, without the holes in the wall, and without people to guide them to them, would you be at a disadvantage really in trying to take your customers on a ride? Because
in restaurants you can get sundubu there. The best sundubu in this city is not in K-Town. It's on Sawtell. Don't tell me when I told you.
I beg to differ.
Well, whatever. Anyways, what do you think you are? Some food critic? Anyways. I'll go to bat for tofu ya. Seriously.
Fans.
Better than Beverly. Anyways. So I think now we've reached sort of a critical mass of ethnic cuisine. There's people are traveling to Asia now. People work in China. So now you have all this interest in what's authentic, and people are desiring it, and they don't want to drive to the San Gabriel Valley to get authentic Asian food. So I think once you hit that critical mass, it allows people like me to come in and kind of modernize it, twist it, put spins on it, and put a chef's take on it. Take something that grandma made and take someone with a modern Western culinary training and be able to apply what we know, and that's happening.
Like when you make dan dan mian, which you do very well at your restaurant, you assume that people...
You've never had it, how do you know?
Yes, I have.
Never had it. I know everything you've eaten in the restaurant. I have pictures of every bite. Spy on
he has eaten
obsessive.
it. We've had whole conversations about it.
He's never had it. I guarantee.
Maybe somebody else ordered it and he ate off their plate.
Amy Scattergood's had it 100 times. You've never had it. It's a bane of my existence.
But you assume that when you're making it, that people, I have had
But continue with the thought. It's still valid.
I want you to have it.
but you assume that people have tasted dan dan mian and know what dan dan mian is supposed to taste like, and the characteristics of it and the flavor profile of it, and they can sort of appreciate what you're doing with it rather than sort of having it appear sui generis on their plate.
Well, some people have had it in China, some people have had it in San Gabriel Valley, some people, this will be the first experience, and some people have had it at P.F. Chang, and that's a version that no one's ever recognized. It's a completely So, yes, people I tend to gravitate toward dishes. I did a sweetbread dish recently called Sweetbread's Orange Chicken Style, and it's literally a riff on Panda Express's Orange Chicken. Now, I love that shit, but the problem is, the worst part of Orange Chicken at Panda Express is the chicken. Their tagline says, made with real oranges, which, I don't know, what does that mean? But I did a Sweetbread's version, which I think is awesome, because it literally takes that horrible texture and turns it into something voluptuous and rich and beautiful. So those are the kinds of things I'm playing with. Now, I assume everyone's had Orange Chicken when they've ordered this.
It's funny, when I was at the Times the first time around in the 90s, I got more than one letter from people who kind of didn't get it, accusing Chinese restaurants of substituting sweetbreads in for chicken. And I wanted to write them back, sweetbreads are more expensive than chicken. That would be the stupidest thing they ever did.
Use cat.
From the number of videos on YouTube, there certainly are a lot of them.
I mean, in a certain way, and I guess I'm admitting it here, though I probably wouldn't in print. Panda and Panda Express are really good at what they do. I mean, they figured out sort of that matrix of dishes to have, so that if you eat spicy, there's something. If you don't eat spicy, there's something. If you're a vegan, there's something to eat. If you would never look at a vegetable, there's something to eat. And they managed to make it in a way that's exportable in its basic form to places that have probably never seen a single Chinese person.
I think Panda Express is important. I think it's, like I said, I love it. I eat it once a week.
I mean, you and I have actually had a lot of conversations about not being foodies. How many chefs that you know do you think are foodies?
None. Well, not in the definition of foodie that we know.
Right, so yeah, I mean, that's true. And I find if I talk about that sometimes to diners, people are like surprised that they feel like it's confessional if I say that I enjoy, you know, Panda Express or...
Yeah, in the OC Weekly, we interview a local chef every week, and that's the question: what fast food do you admit to eating? And they always answer it. It's either In-N-Out, it's McDonald's, it's Panda Express, it's Del Taco, Taco Bell, all the fast foods, or just junk food that you could say. One guy once said he loves the taquitos at 7-Eleven, which are absolutely vile, if you've ever had them. Absolutely vile. But that's what he liked, and his reasoning was, I don't get out until 3 in the morning, 7-Eleven, especially in Orange County, everything closing time's 11. Even the bars, last call's at 2 a.m., so at 3 a.m., the only thing, unless you're a 24-hour taqueria, the only thing that's going to be open is 7-Eleven, so we just got this hankering for them. And they're more than happy to admit it. It is, you know, it is a sin of theirs. It is a confessional, but food's food, and they want it.
See, I don't think it's confessional. I think you need to be an omnivore to be able to create a singular vision of yourself, you know, to be able to channel everything you've experienced, not just in your training, but in your eating, because your training is one thing, but you've been a human eating your whole life as a chef.
Just sorry to jump in, but not only that, with this young generation, they're living in Southern California. They grew up here in the 80s and 90s at a time where Southern California was really changing, and you have all these influences, the Asian influence, the African American influence, the African influence, the Ethiopian cuisine, and so on and so forth. So I think it's great to see this young generation say, yeah, I am classically trained. I could not, you know, I could get a Michelin star if I wanted to go seek it by going off in Europe. But hey, I'm here from Southern California. I'm gonna put everything that I've learned and make it for an audience. And the great thing is the audiences here in Southern California now, they've become, I don't even want to use the word sophisticated, but they understand the references. So when they do the sweetbreads a la Panda Express, they know, yeah, I love Panda Express, just the orange chicken, the rest of the beef, man, not so good.
Remember, this is coming from a man who wrote an entire book justifying the existence of Taco Bell.
That's a mischaracterization of the...
For more information about The Taste, visit latimes.com. Reporting from Hollywood, California, I'm Jason Rzucidlo for AmericaJR.com.